Hello, guys. Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday evening. My name is Jason, and if you're watching me, you're on Ray of Light Tarot. That is the name of the game. That is the station you have tuned into. And if you see an adorable, furry little... Look up, Bentley, look here. If you see an adorable little smidgy tricolor baby right there behind me, that is Mr. Bentley. Say hi, Mr. Bentley. Do you see them? I see you wagging your tail. Look right here. Look at my peeps. He's going to get down and then you won't be able to see him. Anyway, so that's Mr. Bentley. Is he not, Talisa, is he not the most adorable thing you've ever seen? He really is. Could do a lot of damage with those kind of looks. So hello, Evol's Dog 88. Hello, everybody. So this is going to be brief. I don't have much time. I want to make some quick announcements, and I am going to pull, just to be kosher, I'm going to pull one archangel and one tarot for every zodiac sign, okay? To sort of acknowledge the new moon we had and just to keep it moving. So I want to make a quick announcement also regarding general readings. I got all the way through the zodiac to Scorpio. So what I'm going to do with Scorpio, I am going to do Scorpio hopefully tomorrow after I have three, I have three Map of Destiny readings to do, and then a fourth that came in tonight. Amber, I got your bookings for the Map of Destiny and your 30-minute tonight. So all those people that are waiting, I'm going to get in touch with you guys tomorrow and beyond. I got a message on VCTA from someone asking when their Map of Destiny will be done. It'll be done tomorrow. I just had you work, it's like 2 steps forward, 3 steps back, 2 steps forward, 3 steps back, sometimes with energy work, and I'm in the middle of that right now. So for anyone who's wondering, I will be reaching out tomorrow and getting a lot of those done. Also, hey, Soul Tap, hey. Hope everyone's doing well. Oh, thank you for saying that, India. I really appreciate that. Hey, Corinna, hey, Angie, hey, Valerie, nice to see you. Valerie. Haven't seen Valerie in a little bit. So yeah, for one thing I really want to touch on, you guys, I put the link in the description of the video. I haven't talked too much about this. Hey, Melinda. One of the things I want to talk about, I don't know if you saw the comments. I deleted them as quickly as possible that someone put under your comment on my Dear Stalker video. I apologize for that. You know how that goes. Anyway, so something I want to talk to you guys about is Jai and I are doing a masterclass course. Yeah, it's okay. I get it. Like, she's frustrated with some bad communication we had in the past, and her people don't all react the same to things. But I'm not going to address her personally, but I will address stuff like that in a moment. What I do want to talk about though is Jai and I are going to be doing a master course. We're going to be doing one a month. And the first one we're going to be doing is next Sunday afternoon. I really think it's something you can benefit from, especially like for those of you who took the 6-week course. This is like a deeper dive into a lot of those topics. This Sunday's topic is going to be really sort of an orbit. We're going to sort of orbit the topic and then dive in the law of attraction and, really how to manifest, like anchoring yourself, grounding, and how to manifest things in the most basic sense, and then in a little bit, and then go into the details of it and the inner workings of it. It's going to be a 2-hour course. It's very affordable. I think we've priced it at $44 a person, so really affordable. You'll have the 2-hour course to go back and watch again and again and again. It's going to be interactive via Zoom, but there's a link to the page. Jai did a great job of putting together a sort of a lead page about it. So there's a link in the description of the video here to that course. But you want to go ahead and get registered this week because it's next Sunday. It's already coming up. So I really strongly suggest you guys, if you haven't registered and you've been thinking about it, get registered for that. I'm not doing any mini reads tonight because number one, I'm tired and I've got a lot of personal readings I'm going to be working on tomorrow, and I want to save. That stands, those letters spell master baton. I don't know what a master baton is, but I'm going to block you and report you. But thank you for coming in. Thank you for interrupting. Really appreciate it. I hope you can find someone else to bother. I doubt they'll appreciate you as much as I do. Okay. I know, it's icky, right? Yuck. So anyway, we're going to be doing a master course on and here's an example. So I'm attracting this into my life right now. Someone who is that bored or that unhappy or whatever it is that they want to do things like that. And I'll deal with that later and ignore it. So what I want to say, in fact, so I can keep talking. Let me see. Melinda, I'm going to put you on as a moderator since I don't think I have a mod right now. Do I have a moderator in here? So that you can deal with that as it comes up so I can get people talked to. Let's do Delene as well. Okay, why won't it let me add a moderator? Why couldn't I block that person? You may not be able to block them. I'm having issues blocking that person. You know, people are able to, tech people are able to do things that they shouldn't do sometimes. So anyway, I'm going to make this quick because I don't feel like dealing with this either right now. My energy has been so low like lately, as I've told you guys. And it was like I went through this throughout the winter, just this feeling of like hopelessness and sadness. And it's been really hard for me to sort of get back, like, honestly, like, it's been hard for me to get back a desire to just like get out of bed sometimes. And I think it's important to be honest about it when you feel that way, because especially people, a lot of people like see me doing things and encouraging others. And they think that like, oh, well, people who, are motivational and stuff like that, they've got it. They're good to go. Like, they're different. No, I can motivate and share a lot of things that I experience. Thank you, Saltap, for that. I can motivate and share a lot of things to try to help people because I've experienced the worst, and sometimes when you've experienced, a lot of bad things, it's important if you've come through it alive, which still breathing over here. I think it's almost like a responsibility if God has allowed you to come through some of the things that I've come through and still be alive. I think it's almost like a responsibility to share your experience, strength, hope, whatever with the world, right? And so that's what I try to do when I'm up to it. And I've had a really, for the most part, I've had a lot of success with the law of attraction as probably a big thing that helps, but also my relationship with God. And I'm not talking about religion or religious fanaticism. I'm talking about God, which is, to me, God is love, right? There's no such thing as God's love because God is love. Like, when you think of the feeling of love that brings you that love, that feeling and that action that love creates, that's what God is to me. That is God. There is nothing source. Call God source, call source God. It's the same thing. God is the source. The love is the source. Love is what creates. You make love and you create a child sometimes, right? When a man and woman make love, sometimes they will create a child from that love. Love creates. Love is source and source creates. Anyway, so having said that, what I think is so important is for most of us who have survived, it doesn't mean you never feel like dying again. Because I can tell you, there were times throughout this winter, especially where I wasn't, contemplating killing myself because I'm not selfish enough to think that I don't have anything good to offer to the world. I know that I can help people do things, that it's a responsibility that no matter how lonely I may personally feel at some point in time or worthless at some point in time, I think it's so important to, if there's even one person out there who is benefiting in some way from your existence, to shift your focus to that and to get outside of your own head and your own self and your own sadness and your own, all of that stuff, right? So that's the beginning of the law of attraction for me. It's so much more than just like, oh, I'm going to be grateful and oh, I'm going to bring this in. It starts with, because you can't fake it. Okay. Oh, I'm glad to know that, Kelsey. The law of attraction can't be faked. And I'm living proof of that. When I'm in the zone and I'm in balance, I can bring things in by using the law of attraction consciously. When I'm not in balance and I'm not in the zone and focused, I bring in some real yucky stuff with the law of attraction, because you're always manifesting, guys. You are manifesting right now with your thoughts. That person who was putting in all caps the rude words, they were manifesting. And you know what they were putting? What were they putting out? They were putting out crude, rude words to distract from whatever is going on in this video, and that's fine. That's their right. Like, that's their right to do things like that. But when you do something like that, you're literally sending a message out to the universe. Ding, 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 ding. Give me more of that in my own life. Bring people into my life to distract me from what I'm trying to do. They're saying bring people into their life to distract them from their purpose. Bring people into their life to give them negativity. Yeah, and threefold more than what they're doing to me. But so what does that tell me, though, about instead of focusing on them, what I and we should all do is I stop instead, though. I already know that about that person. That's what they're doing. What I do instead, and I'm learning, and we should all do, I believe, is think about for myself, how have I manifested that person right now into my life? What have my thoughts been and my actions been that I've already manifested that in, so that I can change my own trajectory, right? Because we always have to turn it in, okay? Inward. And it's not my place to judge that person or to get angry at them or whatever. It's really, I mean, it is if I want to, but it's not going to help them, me, or anybody else. So it's so important to really try to focus on how you're bringing that energy into your life, right? And as light workers, as, empaths, we're so sensitive that a lot of times, right, we don't train the way normal human beings train. Those of us who are deeply empathic, our training methods as we grow into adulthood and as we learn to cope with things is a little different. So it's hard to adjust and remind ourselves, ooh, I'm constantly feeling things 20 zillion times more than most people, right? As are a lot of you who are here. And so we have to adjust the way we feel, the way we respond, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Hey, there's Jai, guys. Yeah, I was just mentioning Jai, and I'm going to talk some more about that. The first master course that Jai and I are doing is going to be next Sunday, and we're both really excited about it. In fact, she's going to go live with me, hopefully, I don't know, tomorrow night maybe, Jai, and we'll talk a little bit more about it, just in brief detail, brief but detail. And I think you guys are really going to benefit from this course. She and I are going to have a lot of fun teaching it, because as you know, we've kind of taken sort of a step back from doing like mini reads together and stuff. And part of that for me has been, because I haven't been feeling tip top myself anyway. I've been kind of, like I said, trying to pull myself out of a pretty deep abyss. But it's also been because she's busy doing stuff and I am too. And so we also wanted to mainly sort of reserve that energy bubble until it really is about to burst with, excitement and motivation for those 2 hours to be 120 minutes of balls to the walls, like all the way amazing stuff. Oh, thank you, Sparky. Thank you for the $4.99 love offering in green and blue. I love those colors. So we wanted it to really be something, and it is going to be something really special and really with a lot of love, right? A lot of love pushed into it. It's going to be like a little love bubble that's building, and then it's going to burst, right? And everyone that's in there is going to feel the love burst right onto them and get a lot from this. It's going to also be 2 hours of a lot of creative energy. So bring your thoughts. I would say start taking notes now for things you want to share, either before or after the class, like in that little time period, because we want to hear about the things that you're trying to bring in, all of you, right? The things that you are planning and trying to really manifest into your life, because that's so important. And so, that's really nice, Delene. But I mean, I think, if I helped you to see something, it was really source and your angels and your higher self. But I appreciate, that you appreciated whatever I had to offer you. But that's so much the point, guys, is, it's so important to try to shift the focus into how you can be of service to someone else and how you're bringing in whatever it is that feels negative. And I really do try to do that. I mean, look, I'm not a saint, at least in the traditional understanding of the term. And I certainly don't expect people in my life to be saints. I'm really not judgy like that. You know what I mean? Like expecting people to be, somehow. But what I do expect for the people in my life is to hold themselves to a higher standard when it comes to the things that they say. Like, I don't want goofballs and dummies that don't think about, because those are the things in my life that I'm trying to improve. And so I want people in my life that I'm spending my time around to also bring that to the table, that they are considerate about what they say, because I don't ever want to have a situation. Speaking of the woman that had put the comments, Melinda, under your comments on the video. I haven't thought about that person in months, or whatever, the stuff that was going on with her. And then when I saw that stuff, I was like, the only person I've even talked to about it was Jai. Like, I messaged Jai and I was like, look who's back messaging. And it's because that's so like insignificant in my life, except that I felt bad. I felt bad about it. I felt like the response I was getting from that person was way over the top, a lot of whatever. And there was a message today like, no, moving on. And it's like, you don't have to move on. Like, guys, what I would say, and I'm not going to address that person, but I would address everyone. Like, here's the thing. You don't have to move on from people. You don't have to forgive people if you feel they've wronged or hurt you. You really don't, guys. But what I've learned is, this was about, like, in my experience, it was someone who was like in my life that I had a lot of love for, still do, always will have a lot of love for. But if someone doesn't reciprocate your feelings, whether they're feelings of friendship, of romantic love, of familial love, doesn't matter. If someone does not reciprocate your feelings in some way and has hurt you and even if they've treated you terribly, you can seek revenge, you can seek to make them pay, but which is it? Are you moving on, or is karma going to get me, or is it both? Because if you're waiting for karma to get me, honey, I can tell you, I have had a really rough winter. Like I said, guys, I was definitely feeling those vibes of not so, feeling that will to live, honestly, that much. And I don't really want to go into all that, but I only share because I want people to understand we all go through that. Sometimes it's the strongest people you need to check on when they go quiet. The people that you think of as being like the beast modes and the motivators, when they go quiet, if it's just for a day or two, it's probably because they need to refuel, because where there's a lot of light, there's usually also on the other side a lot of darkness. But if it goes on for a while, you might want to check on them, because I can tell you from being me that it's like I said, everyone goes through it. Doesn't matter how much knowledge you have. It doesn't matter how spiritually evolved you are and how much you've experienced. Everyone has their weak moments. And sometimes if they're not careful and they don't have the right people around them to help motivate and influence them, those moments can turn into a ditch, can go for a little further into like a ditch, and then it can go into a creek, and then a river, and then an ocean. It can get bigger and bigger. And so the best thing we can do for each other and for the people that we worry about is to just kind of throw them a lifeline, throw them a life preserver, and try to kind of reel them back in when we feel like they might be going down the wrong way. Or hope that they reach out for help, because I'm the kind of person that doesn't. Like, what I usually do is I shut down. I go from, chatty patty to radio silence. And a lot of people who don't know me will take it very personally and think it's somehow a reflection of them, or our friendship. Like, I have people, a lot of people I've connected with in different parts of the world and stuff that I don't really, that I know I could tell when I went into this winter, we're like, whoa, what did I do to you? And it's like, you didn't do anything. This is my experience, my journey. And it's important that we all understand, no matter where you are in life, everyone goes through the human experience. There are certain things that we all share. And one of those things is emotional rainbows, right? We are a rainbow of emotions and emotional experiences. And life is like a roller coaster ride sometimes. And so the best news is that this is something I've come out of, or I am on the feeling my way on the way out of it. I know you are, Valerie. When I read for people, as you know, and communicate just on here, I sense your energies, and I could sense, a definite dip. So I know. Well, I'm certainly, and Sparky, I appreciate that. I'm not saying to check in on me though, guys. What I'm talking about is people that you're close to, people that are in your, you know, your daily life, or people that you communicate with on a regular basis, when they do, when you just, it's, I think especially the people who you think of as strong. Okay. I'll give you guys an example. My dad is a business owner. He's pretty successful. He's a really, you know, I think people say that my dad and I don't see it, but people say we're a lot alike. And, it's funny. I don't think he sees it, and I know I don't. But anyway, I remember a man that became his pastor worked at a deli sub shop next door to one of my dad's first offices when he started a business, and they became friends. And one day, my dad was in his office, and he could see out the window of his office. It was all first floor buildings. He could see the guy from the sub shop who had become a friend of his walking toward his office. And he said he kind of felt like in his heart and in his mind, like, oh, another person coming to ask me for something. Because my dad's that kind of person. He's very motivational. He's always tries to be there for people, to help them in need. But that's what he's always doing. He's always motivating other people and being there to help people. And what do you need? What do you need? What do you need? So he sees the guy coming, Joe, his friend, and he's thinking, oh, what does he want? Joe came into his office, and you know what Joe wanted? He said, hey, Mark, I just wanted to check on you and see, are you okay? Is there anything I can do for you? Is there anything you want to talk about? And my dad said it was like this weight just kind of lifted off his shoulders, and he started telling him what was going on. And he said it was such an amazing feeling to have someone come into his office to check on him. It was so foreign to him, because that's not the role he plays in life. He's always the one to be helping people and to ask other people, what do you need? What do you need? What do you need? And so it felt so different and so new for someone to be coming to check on him. So if you have someone in your life who you're always sort of taking from, or you're the one who you feel like they're always there for you, and even maybe you feel bad because you've maybe taken advantage of them, or you feel bad for asking them for things, try something new. I suggest this week, make it a commitment and a decision to go just to check on them, and let them know that you don't want anything except to hear how they're doing, and if there's anything you can do to brighten their day. That will be so refreshing to that person, because what you don't understand is they're probably not just the person that you go to. They're probably the person that a lot of people go to. You know what I mean? And we tend to want to be there and do those kind of things for the people we love, like if you have a soulmate or whatever. But what I've learned is it's so important to do that for other people in your life, you know, to do that for people who maybe you don't feel so drawn to do that for, right? So that's just a little piece of advice. Unsolicited advice for you guys. All right, so I'm going to pull, does anyone want to ask anything? Yeah, the new moon. Hey, I don't know. Have any of you had any like weird experiences with the new moon? Speaking of like communication from people coming out of the blue, like weird thing, like people just reaching out to you and you're like, huh? Or people reaching out to you that you don't know, like people reaching out in negative ways, like what I mentioned from earlier today, or just like weird, like, yeah, there's a lot of that, right? A lot of that with this new moon today, or yesterday and today, or Friday. Was it Friday? When was the new moon? Friday? Yeah. Will I get sabotaged? No, I don't mean questions for tarot. No. I'm just doing what I'm doing, guys. No. Let's nip that in the bud right now. For the tarot cards, I'm going to pull one tarot and one angel of Atlantis for every zodiac sign really quickly. I just meant, did anyone have any general questions like about the course Jai and I are doing, or not the course, the master class Jai and I are doing Sunday, or anything like that? Also, a lot of people, well, 4 people have registered in the past like week and a half for the Map of Destiny. Still on sale for just a couple more days till the end of the month. So like 4 more days. $90 via Cash App for the Map of Destiny. And the next mini reading will probably be tomorrow night. I don't know, maybe we could do one, Jai, if you want to. Well, maybe not. I mean, we've got our class Sunday. Well, we're going to be live tomorrow night. So if Jai and I don't do it, I will probably do one. So if you want to get on the list for that, you know what to do. Cash App, guys. Map of Destiny. Yeah, they're normally $150 or $180. I don't remember what I normally charge for those, but they're like around $150-ish. And so if you use Cash App until the end of January, you've got a couple more days, they're $90. I'd like for everyone to say a quick prayer for Jai, a beautiful light worker. You okay, Jai? What's going on with my... Jai's one of my really become one of my best friends. What's going on, Jai? How do I not know that we need to be praying for Jai? Okay. I'll text you after. She's fine. Well, what? Is there something Deline knows that I don't know, Jai? Okay, we could do that, Guru. All right, so guys, Jai and I are going to do mini reads tomorrow. What should we do? I would say for the price, $33.33. Does that sound good? No, we can't split that evenly. Never have too much prayer. Oh, you're just saying pray for her. Okay, cool. $30.30? No, because that's only, we need it to be, Jai, what do you want us to, does 33, 15 each? We usually do around 25 or 30, but I don't know. That doesn't feel fair for some reason. That feels sort of lowball. Just, I guess I was looking at what most people are charging, and it feels like, well, I don't want to insult anyone. It just feels like the drain we do and what it's putting in, it feels like we should be getting paid that too. Oh, I think $38.38. If people want a mini read from us, they can get a mini read from us. They know what we do. $38.38, guys, to the Cash App. No, we're not going to do $44.44. I like $38.38. That's $11.11. Yeah, I think so, Stella the Mystic. $38.38. So we'll do that for to my. You can just send them to my Cash App or Jai's Cash App, my Cash App or PayPal that's listed in the description is fine. $38.38. Anytime between now and what time, Jai? 9:30 tomorrow. Sound good? Is that too early or what for you? Oh, because we need to talk about the so here's what we're gonna do, guys. Jai and I are gonna come on at 9:30 tomorrow night, and we'll probably start the actual minis at around 10 because we're gonna be talking about our master class and master classes that we're gonna be doing throughout the next couple of months, because we're gonna be doing one a month. I need to go get my haircut tomorrow. It's getting a little long on top. So that's what's up, guys. All right, so let me pull a card for each sign. I'm going to start with Scorpio because I haven't done Scorpio's general yet. Also, after I get done with my personal readings tomorrow or Tuesday, I'm going to start on the February readings, and I'm going to start with Scorpio since I didn't get to Scorpio for January. And I promise I'm going to do better, guys. Like I said, I'm feeling better. It's just a little bit at a time. So when you're down and out a little bit like that, here's the problem. You're down and out like that, and yes, there's crazy transits, there's ascensionitis, whatever, but there's also, when you're going through these things, your energy gets drained anyway when you're like a reader or any kind of professional in the energy work sector. And so when you're already not feeling great or feeling yourself, your energy gets drained twice as fast, and it probably takes twice as much rest to recoup it. You know what I mean? Next week. What about, Jason? We still have a personal to do. Oh, okay. I didn't realize that, Sparky. Thank you for telling me. Yeah, we can do it this week. Probably, I don't know. We'll talk. I'll message you. I'll messenger you. I'll messenger you after this. Or send me a messenger and I'll get to you after I get off here. It should be fine to do this week. I don't do readings when I feel like crap. I took this. Yeah, unfortunately, me too. And I'm able to do that. Like most of my clients are so patient and understanding, but occasionally you get a person who doesn't really understand energy work and doesn't want to wait. But most people really do. Superheroes exist, guys, and they're called twin flames. Yeah. Scorpio. What's the card for Scorpios? Okay, we did get 2 And what's the Archangel card? Wow, Scorpio, you got 2 major arcana for this new moon. Scorpios. All right. Scorpios, you've got the Tower and the Strength card. 2 big time cards. I really feel like with both of these cards coming out together like that, although you're probably dealing with some energy of something really disruptive and not welcome. Like this may not be something, whatever this Tower represents, certainly may not be something you've been hoping for, and it may not be like welcome right now, but it is a welcome change, whether you feel that way now or not, because what it's doing is it's helping you to either balance your energies out within yourself, or it could also be helping you in a partnership to balance. I was doing a reading for somebody that I'm really close to yesterday, and we were talking about how when I see the Strength card for someone who's in a union or a connection or coming into one, what it can also represent, it's not just the divine feminine sort of taming the divine masculine, but it can also represent the fact that, these 2 energies are so in balance. Like the person that's representative of the divine feminine is so balanced within themselves, as is the divine masculine, that they're able to kind of shift a little bit off of center to make their whatever fit like a puzzle piece. So it's saying that the divine, this isn't about a divine masculine who's like roaring and then sort of being tamed by the feminine. No, to me, what it's about, at least for her reading and then kind of tonight, is because this divine masculine and feminine are so in balance within themselves, it can also mean that they're able and willing to shift their energies a little bit. She's able to become a little bit more of the divine masculine and be a little bit more assertive to bring down that masculine energy a little bit. And he's able to be comfortable, right? And confident enough in himself to allow that and to be a little bit more wise from the heart space, like the feminine. So it's almost like they're able to embrace a little bit of the other's energy on both sides to bring the balance shift just enough so that they can fit like 2 pieces of a puzzle. It's a really beautiful energy. So keep in mind, with whatever you're going through right now, Scorpio, that feels sort of disruptive, painful, unwelcome, that it's leading to something really good. And whether that's about you in a relationship or just you within yourself having these energies shift, that's what's bringing it about, this Tower. Okay, so this is really good. Okay, this is really good. And whatever it feels like, don't be confused about what it feels like. Don't let that confuse you. Remember what it's doing and what it's leading to. So yeah, Tower, tough. Yeah, tough energy, but really leading to some beautiful balancing between the feminine and masculine energies, either in your relationship, within yourself, or both. It could be both. Now, Scorpio, your Archangel of Atlantis card is Archangel Zaphkiel, or Zaphkiel, and it's the energy of surrender. So, which totally makes sense given these 2 major arcanas coming out. I mean, think about it, guys. You've got the major arcanas of the Tower and the Strength card, right? So everything I just said about these cards represents, something unexpected, unwelcome even happening that's out of your control. And so you've got to kind of allow that to happen. And this is about trusting. Talk to Archangel Zaphkiel about helping you heal that energy of surrender so that you can just surrender with trust and allow this to happen without fighting it. Anytime we fight the flow of the universe, it blows up in our face, right? I mean, remember the Netflix movie, Making a Murderer? That was such a big thing. Do you guys remember that? I was rewatching that the other day, and it was so funny how after those 18 years in prison, the guy gets let out because DNA proved he was not the rapist. But all of the people in like the government and in the sheriff's office, everyone was like, they were all trying to fight giving him any kind of compensation or apologizing. It was like the universe was pushing these people to just humble themselves and say, I was wrong, I'm sorry. But everyone was pushing back against the flow of the universe because of their own pride, their ego, their whatever. And so I was thinking what a lesson that is for all of us. When you see things right before your eyes, literally the universe flowing and telling you to do something one way, and you push against it, you're literally fighting powers that are so much greater than yourself. And so that's kind of what this is about surrendering. It's just about trusting that what's happening, although you don't want it to, it's actually a really good thing. And the sooner you get on board with that, Scorpio, the easier things are going to be in life. Okay. So just try to remember that. All right. So next would be Sagittarius. It's meant to be. I don't know what it's meant to be, but I'm sure you're right. Show me Sag in one card, please. Hard-headed. Aren't we all? Okay, there it is. I just did. Ami follow. Oh, thank you for liking, Carolina. And Jai, thank you for asking people to like. I appreciate it, sweetie. Can you do me? I'm not doing personals tonight, Tana. I'm just doing one card for each zodiac sign, and we are on Sagittarius. 2 cards, actually. 1 tarot and 1 angel card. What is the angel message for Sag? There it is. Okay, so Sag, you've got the 6 of Cups and Raphael, empathy. So what this says to me is the 6 of Cups, you know, Sagittarius, you're probably dealing with some kind of a connection right now that you're either in the midst of or someone that's, evidence is what it is. Never let that change my report. Right, Valerie. Okay, so Valerie worked for the sheriff's office. So 6 of Cups, the energy is about someone who you may have a very strong past life relationship with, or it could just be someone who you, your connection goes back to childhood in this life, or it could just feel very childlike. I know the person that I had identified as my twin soul, the relationship that awakened me, or was a role in that, it felt very childlike. The sort of the connection, love. Hey, can one of my moderators hit the rude person? So it felt very childlike. I know they're back. It felt very childlike. And also the thing about that is it doesn't mean, and see, here's the reason I say when you see the 6 of Cups, it could be a past life and it could just be from like before. When I say before, childhood, earlier on in life, something like that. It's hard to say because they feel so similar, right? A lot of times someone who feels like you've known them before, it could be because your souls are from a past life, or you do know that person from before. It's the same feeling. So all I get from this is that feeling. But what you're dealing with here is someone who really makes it easier for you to heal things in your heart space related to your own pain and experiences, because this person is a different kind of connection than you have with other people in your life. You have a lot of ability to sort of move into new and better things with this person, the more you heal and love and forgive yourself for who you are. And so that's where you're at also. And understand Spirit is calling you to forgive, right? And to, you know, sort of have that childlike energy. You see the kite flying in the sky, just to have that childlike optimism and excitement, even in the midst of, like I was talking about, having been very depressed and sad and all of that. You've also got the archangel of Raphael, and Raphael is so connected to the heart chakra, and Raphael is going to help you heal the empathy in you. So if someone doesn't feel empathy, right? Gosh, I mean, you know, I was just talking about having felt suicidal recently, and that person pretty much heard me talking about that, and it still comes in and is, you know, doing the things they do. That's someone who lacks either they lack empathy, or their empathy is so that they're angry about something, and you know they come back and it's like the shield is up in some way. This is what this is about. It's like there's some reason that you're being called to be healed, Sag, in when it comes to empathy and when it comes to needing a connection in your life that feels either past life or childlike in a way that's really beautiful and innocent. So look for that. Be aware of that and look for that. All right, so next is going to be Caps. Cappy. What up, Cappy? Let's catch some dreams. Yeah, any sign can lack empathy at times. Any sign can, you know, have a lot of empathy. I think Scorpios have the ability to be so empathetic and so kind. And they also have the ability to be, you know, very passive aggressive and very retaliatory. I think we all do, just to different degrees. Caps. Wow. Okay, so Capricorn, if you've been feeling kind of what I described, the kind of a lot of sadness recently and hopelessness, you're being called to come out of that with sort of, by sort of showing yourself a lot of truth. And so if there's things it's like Spirit's saying you may not be seeing the truth about something. The Queen of Swords is here for you. What's this? Ooh, okay. And also you may be expecting things to happen too soon. You've got the Five of Cups, the Queen of Swords, and then I wasn't sure exactly, but then when I see Archangel Michael here as your angel and the energy of patience. So something you've got to have patience with, okay? So the Queen of Swords is telling you to sort of slice through this energy of sadness. And remember, there's always things, this is about shifting your focus, okay, Cappies? If you're focused on the spilled cups, it's not going to get you anywhere. And I get it. Sometimes you just have to think about what's happened and mourn a loss, right? I tried to go through half of last year just charging through, and I was just like, I needed to mourn something and grieve something, but I didn't. I was like going to spas and sitting in saunas all day and under red light therapy and just like getting pedicures and manicures, just doing, going to the gym. I was doing a lot of things to just sort of distract myself, like pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. And you can only do that for so long. You do sometimes have to grieve something, right? However, what you've got to do is it's saying now it's time to slash through that, guys. Now it's time. The Queen of Swords is saying, no more of this. It's time to slash through that and speak to Archangel Michael about helping you heal the energy of patience, because part of what's making it hard for you, okay, Cap, is you're not being patient with Spirit. You may say, I'm tired of waiting. I have been patient. I've been patient long enough. Anytime we try to tell God or Source how, like, what we're doing was when we're trying to play God and say, no, I've waited long enough, you're going to get a smackdown from Spirit. Like, Spirit's going to say, no, I'll tell you when you've waited long enough. I'll tell you something that helped pull me out of my sadness, guys. You want to know what it was? And I know it's going to sound sort of stupid, but this kind of stuff does work. Like, I was watching something about Auschwitz, Birkenau, the concentration camp during World War II, and about Sobibor and Treblinka. Remember what was Ivan the Terrible, the guy from Cleveland that was accused of being Ivan the Terrible, the horrible guard at the death camp, Treblinka in Poland, the one that was would whip the Jews as they went into the gas chamber. I was watching that and I was looking at pictures from that and I was thinking, how dare any of us alive right now with food in our stomach, air conditioning, clothing, everything we need, with just the basics taken care of. How dare we feel sorry for ourselves? How dare I lay in that bed feeling sorry for myself and hopeless at times when people have gone through such aberrations in life. Like, it just is inconceivable, guys. So I think it's so important to kind of shift that perspective. Gratitude is life, guys. Gratitude is life. So next time you feel sorry for yourself, go to Netflix or YouTube and pull up something about a concentration camp in World War II and just remember, okay? I mean, at the end of World War II, do you know the Americans, and I think the Russians did too, even though because they were allied, they made a lot of the Nazi collaborators and the doctors that did the weird experiments and stuff, they made them walk through like the woodsheds where they had bodies of, and it wasn't just Jews, guys, homosexuals, like gypsies, homosexuals. It was mostly Jews, but it was not just Jews that suffered in the Holocaust. I would have been most likely gassed for being homosexual. There were other people too, right? The final solution was not just about exterminating the Jews, although they were the main target. But they forced these like doctors and people to, blacks, gays, Catholics. They forced doctors to, no, Catholics, were Catholics? I think Catholics were okay for the most part. But now I know that Nazis don't like Catholics, but I think as far as people that were being exterminated, I was reading the list and the numbers. They would make them walk through the shed and smell those dead bodies and really get an understanding, because a lot of people claimed ignorance, like, oh, I didn't know that was going on. It was kept secret. So it's really important to realize how fortunate we are, right? All right, so what's next? Aquarius. Ignorance is right. Aquarius. So Aquarius, you've got the Temperance card, which is a major arcana. It's the angel card for Aquarius. You've got the Temperance card and the Raziel, Archangel Raziel card, and the energy of retreat. No, Hitler had dark hair but blue eyes. He did have the blue eyes. He just didn't have the blonde hair. He wasn't Jewish. He may have had some Jew in there, but he wasn't Jewish. Okay, yeah, he hated himself basically for not being part of his idea of the master race. All right, so on to bigger and better things. So major arcana here, guys. Temperance. So the Temperance card, what it's saying to you, Aquarius, is it's a time to kind of allow whatever's happening to happen. It's not necessarily bad energy, and it is major. This is supposed to be happening. Usually when I see Temperance, it's a time where, you know, if you're in a relationship, it can represent like a period of being split apart from somebody. And remember, it's okay. You're supposed to go through this. The more you can allow what's happening, no matter what it is, to happen, especially if it's painful. It's a test, guys. I feel like you should be watching TV when that thing comes up, that dude, and it says like, this is a test of the emergency broadcast system. In the case of a real emergency, blah, 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 this is only a test. It's like, guys, someone needs to remind you through all the pain, this is only a test. It's what I have to remind myself when I'm going through these struggles, especially like in the winter. I go through like a seasonal depression almost. This is only a test. Temperance is reminding you things are going to get better. The angel doesn't come in to rearrange the energies for you unless there's more to come. Okay? So remember that. Yeah, Jai, she'll scare you out of that desire. You might meet her in the afterlife. Hi, just kidding. She's deeply connected beyond most. Who is she, Morningstar? And why are you telling Jai about it? So anyway, Temperance is definitely affirming, okay, that this is supposed to be happening. Let it. Let go and let it. Now, also, with Raziel and the energy of retreat, it's also saying, take advantage of this energy, okay? If you can take advantage of this energy, right? And as you let go and sort of retreat from something, from the situation, from whatever's happening, and let go, it's going to make things so much better. Jai recommended her video. Who? I don't know who you guys are talking about. Oh, Teal Swan. Okay, gotcha. I'm not familiar. Okay, so with the energy of retreat and connecting with Archangel Raziel, this to me is saying temperance and retreat. It feels very similar. Like for whatever reason, you're being called to sort of back away from a situation, leave it alone, go within and allow the angels to handle this. And I think that should be the most comforting energy when you see the Temperance card and it's about letting the angels handle something, because it sort of lets you off the hook in a way, right? You don't have to worry about it right now. You don't have to put the work in. Let the angels do it. They've got your back. Don't worry. Trust. All right, Aquarius, let's move on to Pisces. Pisces. There it is. Ooh, Page of Swords. So with this new moon, Pisces, this is a really important time for you to sort of take your own little inventory. Take a look at things. Try to figure out where you're at and where you want to go. Where are you at the first month into the new year, into 2020? Are you where you want to be? Are you on the path to where you want to go? You're also, with Archangel Uriel, being called to focus on the energy of freedom. So I think this is a big inventory card. It's about, where am I? Where do I want to get to? What do I need to amend in order to get to that? And I would say focus on the energy of freedom and asking Archangel Uriel to help you in any way. This is definitely about, you know, that Page of Swords can definitely be kind of the spy, the investigator card. So it's definitely a time to kind of be a spy in the house of you or a spy in the house of me. Like get within yourself and figure out what's going on within you and what you need to do or address in your own life to get to where you want to be. See energy for for Aries for the new moon. Ooh, Four of Wands. Interesting. Four of Wands, Archangel Hanael, and the energy of courage. If you're someone who feels like you've been cowardly or you are a coward, you're not. Sometimes the biggest and most beautiful decisions do come out of us being afraid and feeling a little cowardly, but an Aries is not a coward. And the Four of Wands, this is like a beautiful friendship budding. These two people are walking through this portal of happiness, and they're really, really on the way to something beautiful. I feel like it's like they've already been through the gates of judgment, and now they're walking down the streets of gold in like the traditional Christian belief of what heaven looks like. So Haniel's about healing, going to help you heal the energy of courage. What is the reason that Haniel would need to help you heal the energy of courage? Because you've got a big test, and to pass it, you're going to have to be brave. And so I think that's exciting. You can look at it with fear, or you can look at it in a little trepidation, or you can look at it with excitement. And yeah, a little trepidation still, but mostly excitement. It's gonna turn out really well. The energy for Taurus. There it is. Two of Pence. Two of Pentacles and Archangel Uriel, the energy of friendship. So you're being called to whatever you're juggling in life and whatever you're sort of... Okay, we've got Tiffany, Nico, and Kelly. Good to see you guys. So whatever you're whatever you're juggling in life, you're being called to sort of take a step back from it, not to get overwhelmed. It's important to, juggling is fine, but I was talking about this in the mini reading. I think no matter how good of a juggler you are, eventually you're going to get tripped up. Even if you're going sort of slow and steady, you're going to get tripped up. And so it's so important to slow it down, okay? And not let yourself get overwhelmed, because this card can be about getting thrown off balance, and that stops you from, because see how this looks similar to the World card where she's got the batons, she's nude with the batons and on one leg, but this is like, she looks more like a joker or something, like someone who's just a clown or, a court jester. They're not quite there yet. And so it's okay to ask for help. You have to heal the energy of friendships through the help of Archangel Uriel so that you can be brave enough to ask for help. Don't be afraid to offer yourself in help or to seek help, okay? I'll put these on instead. I have different reading glasses with different 2.0s, 1.5s, and so I have to change them sometimes. All right, let's move on to, where were we at? Taurus or Gemini? Jimmy Gems, precious gems. Oh, definitely, Christopher. Especially if your sign is being called to do that. Ooh, Jimmy Gems, Two of Cups. Thank you, Delene. That's sweet. I haven't felt so sexy. I'll tell you though, when I noticed that I had this this sort of light pink hoodie, I was thinking, man, should I put some pink stuff in my hair and try to look like Justin Bieber and Yummy in that new video, Yummy? And then I was like, no, because I'm not delusional enough to think that I could ever look like Justin Bieber. Like, I realize I'm an old man. I realize I look more like, especially with the silver hair, I look more like freaking Jeffrey Epstein than Justin Bieber. Curse it. What is the Archangel card for Gemini? Jeffrey Epstein. Yikes. All right. Wow, Jimmy's. Two of Cups, and then the Archangel is Metatron, and you're being called to focus on the energy of divine intelligence. I really feel, this can be about a twin soul for a lot of you, or a strong soulmate connection that's like a divinely guided, or, like a divine counterpart that you're being guided to move in the right direction. And so, with that energy, because of the divine intelligence part, I think it's definitely about something happening that's going to really allow you and this person to move into a place where you're really able to accomplish something amazing together. Feels very, to me, and that's where my mind is at right now, it does feel very business oriented. So if this is like a life partner or a best friend or a, you know, a spouse, whatever, it could be that you're going to be moving into something beautiful in business together, and it's going to be coming through downloads. So look, just look at that card, Archangel Metatron and Divine Intelligence. Tap into that, baby. Whatever that is, Gemini, tap into it. And look what's at the bottom of the deck, too. The Ace of Pentacles. Beauty, beauty, beauty. That beauty path right there, y'all. All right, Gems, do it. Do it, to it. Do it, to it, Jimmies. All right, let's move on to Cancer. Cancer. So yeah, no mini readings tonight, guys. I'm giving it a break, but check out the class that Jai and I are doing. The link is in the description. I think it's the first link I have listed in the description of this video. Click on the link after this. Don't forget and get registered for the master class that Jai and I are doing next Sunday afternoon. We're super excited, are we not, Jai? Cancer, 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 Cancer. Cool. Jesus. Delene says, Jesus. All right, what's going on with Cancer? Cancer, you're getting the Seven of Swords. Somebody commented on one of my videos. That's the most interesting reading take on the Seven of Swords, because I had said something about the Seven of Swords representing being like overwhelmed. You know, typically the Seven of Swords, almost always I see it as deception, right? Somebody getting away with something, pulling a fast one, and that's the traditional sort of meaning of it. But it does sometimes also feel like someone feeling tired of that. Like they've been, see, they're carrying all these swords. They're looking back. They don't, it's not like someone getting away with something. They're feeling really like the weight of it is getting to them. Like they're tired of it. Ooh, yeah. Told ya. Archangel Michael, transmutation. So this is about almost like forgiveness, or you helping someone else with transmuting something, or you having to help someone like through their connection with you, Cancers, because you're the one with the flowing watery energy, the forgiveness. When you give someone forgiveness, Cancer, it feels right to them. Like you can, your forgiveness, Cancers, your forgiveness heals people, okay? Your forgiveness heals people, almost like a priest absolving someone of their sins. It's really beautiful. So just be aware of that. You've got someone who's really tired. They're sick and tired of being sick and tired, and your love has the ability to heal them. And maybe it's you, Cancer. Maybe you need to absolve yourself, because you can give yourself that absolution that you so desire. Just remember that, okay? But it's all about connecting to, right here, it's all about connecting to Archangel Michael and asking for help with healing and transmutation, okay? So next, after Cancer, we move on to Leo. Leo, what's up with the lions? Leo. Ten of Swords. What's that about, Leos? Ten of Swords, Archangel Raphael, and communion. So keep in mind, Leo, whatever you're going through right now that feels like you're down and out for the count, that you are just done, that you're dead, it's because Spirit is trying to get through your heart chakra and bring you back into communion with Source. You're out of communion with Source. For those of you who this applies for, Leos, you're out of communion with God, with Source energy. And when you're out of communion with Source energy, you don't feel yourself. You feel out of whack. You don't feel, you could look in the mirror and not even recognize yourself right now because you're not in communion. Hello, Brian. Nice to see you, sir. So if you're feeling that way, that's happening for a reason. There's no accidents up in here. You need to be communicating with Archangel Raphael, who's going to help you manage that heart chakra and the healing therein and bring you back into what? Communion. Ask for help. Ask for Archangel Raphael to bring you back into communion with yourself, your higher self, and as a result, Source energy. That's on point right there, okay? All right, Leos, we're on to Virgo. My lovely virgins. Aren't we virginal? Bing. Don't laugh at me, Brian. Don't laugh at me. I'm going to make you an offer you can't refuse. All right, virgins. What do virgins need to know? El Virgo. Virgo cusp. I love when people say cusp. It's like there's really no such thing as a cusp. You know what I mean? It's like this date or this date. There's no in between. There's no like 5-day period in between the 25th and 26th. I mean, I get what you mean when people say they're cuspers, because there are sometimes you are so close that you pick up stuff from the other sign, but there's real, like, technically, unless you go by like the difference in like Vedic and Western, there's really not such thing as a cusp. Virgos, you've got the Strength card, and you've got Archangel Raphael and the energy of cleansing. So this made me feel like someone going through detox and rehab. This is like, you know, the strength, it's going to require that strength, whatever you're going through, that's sort of taking you out of one part of your life and moving you into another part. Hey, Virgos, we are sexy, Brian. I don't blame you for having a crush on a Virgo. Whatever you're coming out of, whatever aspect of life you're moving out of that and moving into a new cycle or a new aspect, this is transformational, okay? No, I'm not making fun. We're sexy. And Brian knows it. So tell your Virgo, that's what's up. My brother is a Virgo. It's just like Jason. Okay. Archangel Raphael, cleansing. This is a cleansing experience for you, whatever it is, okay? Whatever it is that's happening, whether it's detox, rehab, weight loss, there's some big transformation, and it feels physical, like a physical transformation. But talk to Archangel Raphael and ask for the help with the energy of cleansing, okay? All right, what's next? Libra. Last one, Libra. Last one, Libra. Channel for Grace. LOL, Brian. He said, Jason. Jason. Brian's so silly. I'm going to time you out, Brian, if you don't stop flirting with me. I mean, I can't say as I blame you, but come on now. Libra. Whoa, that flew out, Libra. Okay. Got it. Ooh, Libra. What's up, Libras? So, Libra, you're coming out of you're fighting to end a really tough cycle, Libra. Just know that. You did fly out. Right out the cuckoo's nest, Brian. You're going to be okay. Libra, you've got the Four of Pentacles, okay? Bottom of the deck is the Ten of Swords. So you're ending a tough cycle, but you're on the way to something beautiful, Ace of Pentacles. You're being called to focus on Archangel Raphael and the energy of Earth Force. So Libra, you've got to, listen, Libra, your whole like MO, your modus operandi is balance, right? You're being called to focus on balance right now. This will be easy for you. Yes, stay grounded. Whatever's happened in the recent past that's led you to feeling like you are basically dead, the only difference is in this card, she's not stabbed in the back. So this was somebody that you knew they were cheating, or you knew they weren't really good for you, but you let them do it anyway. Okay. You got to let go of this stuff. If you hold on to this, look how this person's like, they're like clutching those pearls like they're the most important thing in the world. This is of no value. Whatever dollar, euro, whatever this is, whatever monetary system this is, it's been declared bankrupt, no longer valid. There's no value here. So you're holding on to something that literally has no value and is over. And the minute you let it go, you've got a beautiful, look, right behind that, look at this. Swords, Pentacles, Aces. It's a gift. The universe is offering you a gift right now if you just take it and move on. Talk to Archangel Raphael and ask for help with your Earth Force. What does that mean? It means that as your heart chakra is healing and cleared up, green light is going to flow right in there, and it's going to shoot through you, and it is going to literally give you the power, okay, to manifest, to bring good things in. Bam. Is this stuff real? Okay, well, let me ask you a question, Jad. Is electricity real? When you turn on a light, is the light real? And the reason I ask is, obviously the answer is yes, the light is real. But here's the thing. Electricity, before it was harnessed, before Edison and whoever else discovered electricity, before they harnessed it so that we can turn lamps on and use computers and everything else, before electricity was harnessed, it existed. It flowed all around the earth, right? That energy, we just couldn't see it. That's what this is. Tarot is energy. It's conscious energy. And the cards and what comes out and the way it comes out is a conscious energy that you can't see. So the answer is yes, but the real question you're asking is, does energy exist that we can't see? Yeah, it exists. Energy exists. Some people know how to interpret it. by feeling it out and some don't. And it's really based on your level of how connected you are and how sensitive you are. The only reason really that I can read cards like this and connect is because I'm a little sensitive, like empathic weenie. That's why. So it's like a gift and a curse. The same reason that I am like way too sensitive, am like way too in love with people I'm in love with and way too hurt by people I'm hurt by. The same reason that I'm neurotic in that way is also the gift that allows me to read and give people the truth about situations that they don't have a clue about. So it's a gift and a curse, right? Anyway, guys, that's your readings. That's your dose of medication for the night. I hope it helps you all. I hope you all rest well. Doctor's orders are pray to the angel. If it resonated for you, pray to the archangel that was brought up in your zodiac sign and ask for help with that situation, especially if it resonated. If it resonated, it did so for a reason. It's because you need help with that situation. Trust in spirit, trust in the messages, and get your help, okay? Take the help. Reach out to God, reach out to source, ask for help. Reach out to those angels, those archangels, and ask for their help. They will help you, okay, guys? See you guys tomorrow night. Bye. Can't wait, Megan. It'll be soon. Should be tomorrow. Unless you just registered tonight. It may be an extra day or two if so. Bye, guys. Bye, Brian. Bye. See you guys tomorrow night.